Alright guys, it's time to talk about AERO or Aerodrome Finance on the channel for the first time since this candle right here, guys. I marked off for you. I put an arrow. Last video was here. Now, what has happened since that time? Now, it really has maintained $1, which is a good thing to see. Actually, the next day, it really came down to about $1.01. Didn't really test the $1 mark, but it did come down. I think, in my opinion, it's enough. It tested the $1 support basically, and it got that bounce. So it did get a little bit of resistance here at $1.28, as you see here, and it finally broke through it a couple of days ago. It retested yesterday at $1.28, and yeah, we've gotten the bounce again. So this is actually looking pretty bullish, guys. The trend has just been up basically since the 7th of April. It's just been riding this trend line. Now it's gotten pretty far away from this trend line. The next resistance is up at about $1.50. After that, there's $1.67. Let's put this on a weekly time frame, though. This is the highest it's been since January of 25, guys. So you're talking about 8 months and coming up to a pretty solid resistance, we can say. Here is 1, 2, 3 weeks of rejections here. There was also a couple of rejections back here in November, November of 24. And you can see it was also rejected here in the first week during March the 25th week of 24 as well. So that's like, what, 6 rejections, plus this got very close to that point. And it was support for a couple of weeks. So this is a very important $1.50 mark that it's really coming up to. Jumping over to the volume profile, guys, this is pretty simple. It's at an area where pretty much it's just very easy to go up here. You can see there's very little volume. Point of control is back around 70 cents, way above that, actually double that and more. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of people, selling up here. Maybe there will be a few people that want to break even, of course. But for the most part, there isn't much holding AERO back as, to volume. Now, taking a look at the Bollinger Bands once again, guys, you can see there was some narrowness really back here in June. And pretty much in July, it starts to open up here. So I'm not sure if we can call this really a pinch. It's not really a pinch. It's more narrow than back here, of course. But I would say on a weekly time frame, the Bollinger Band didn't really pinch yet. Now, on a daily time frame, there's not really a pinch either. It's pretty much consistently as wide as it's always been. We do have some narrowness here. We do have maybe a pinch here. But as for back here, guys, there wasn't really anything pinching in. I mean, this is still pretty wide here. And the result of this, if we could say this is a pinch, is downward action at first. So anyways, nothing really for weekly and daily Bollinger Bands, I would say, as for pinching. Now, jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, the Stoch actually has just crossed the red line to the upside, although it is overheated, guys. The RSI is getting close to overheated, so we do have like mixed signals here. On a weekly time frame, not looking too great. Now, on the daily time frame, both are overheated, unfortunately, but this is interesting. It looks like on the 13th of August, maybe a couple days ago, blue line just crossed the red line, but probably it's about to curve back down, I would say. The 4-hour time frame just getting overheated on the RSI, unfortunately. Now the stochastic looks like it might want to start curving down here. So we'll see. It may not make it to this overbought area, but there is a slight tick here. But again, it's mixed signals in my opinion here. 1-hour time frame, the blue line looks like it wants to curve back up to the upside and cross this red line. And the RSI is still actually not overbought. So this is the best time frame so far. And maybe the very, very short term, I think we could see some little bit more upside. But mostly this is calling for a cool off. Let's just put this on a 4-hour time frame. I wouldn't expect to get above $1.50, guys, at least without all these indicators really resetting. Now, jumping over to the last indicator we typically look at, guys, is the MACD. It appears that it is pointed pretty heavily to the upside. We are in a green period here. We do have dark green candles. And momentum, at least on a weekly time frame, is up. Now, the daily time frame, again, pointed very heavily to the upside. We do have a green period here. So yeah, in my opinion, weekly and daily look pretty good. I don't really look at anything lower than, longer time frames. So yeah, the momentum is up, guys, for Aerodrome. Now, Aerodrome Finance is the number 104 coin, guys. It is about 14.5% up at the moment, so not too bad. Now, there is no max supply for this, but the circulating supply is quite low, so it's only 880 million. That's a good thing. That's pretty low, guys. Just hope they don't start, printing a bunch of coins. And total supply, though, is about double what is circulating at the moment. So 1.7 billion basically is created. And, if it gets over 10 billion, that's when I would really start to worry, but it's pretty far from that right now. I don't think we have to worry about that in this bull run. Now, all-time high, $2.32. It's only 38% down at the moment, guys. So this is actually very good. Will it beat its all-time high? More than likely, yes. And, where could it go? Maybe it can double, maybe triple. I think this is a newer coin, actually. It's like 2 years old, almost 2 years, basically, all-time low. So I would consider it like a new coin. So yeah, I think maybe $5, $6, $7. Before I go a little farther in this video, guys, though, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. If you use my links, of course, I do get some commission, guys. If you want to sign up for Moodix, there is a 7-day trial here, and you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, Bitcoin is not really doing much today, guys. You can see it's at 118,759 at the moment. And yeah, it does need to cross this weekly resistance. You can see it really struggles here. And yeah, let's see what happens later today. There are some Michigan numbers coming out. We've already had some macroeconomic numbers come out. But basically, it's kind of dead with Bitcoin right now. There is no CME gap, too. I want to go ahead and point this out. It has already been cleared, we can say, or... yeah, so anyways, let's take a quick look at Ethereum here. It is struggling with this Fibonacci right now. So, it's at 46.26. Needs to get over about 46.40 to get over this little Fibonacci. But you can see the other day we did struggle with it, and it was only that next day we did push through it. So maybe we struggle with this today, and maybe tomorrow or this weekend we push through it. Now, the total market cap has fallen back a little bit since my scale video this morning. Was at 4 trillion today, now at 3.98 trillion, unfortunately. The total market cap excluding Bitcoin is falling under this 1.62 trillion as well. So it has fallen back also since my video this morning. So let's see. I would just like to really get above this today. That would be, perfect. And then we can take on 1.71 trillion later, guys. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns getting close to 3% for August, but keep in mind the average is 1.83% up. So, yeah, August is one of the worst months, as you see here. Now, if we take a look at the quarterly returns, guys, for Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin is doing good, guys, 40% up in the last 2 quarters, but Ethereum pretty much like, what, 120% up, guys, maybe a little bit more. So, not too bad. So if you would have changed your Bitcoin to Ethereum in Q1, guys, or at least right after Q1, you would have made a lot more money. Now, taking a look at the dominance, guys, we're at 59.42, so we are working on the 4th red candle in a row, although the last couple of days have been kind of creeping down, so I would like to see more candles like this, but it's probably better that we take it slow down. Now, the next support for the dominance is 58.61, and then there's 58.12. Taking a look at the USDT dominance, guys, there are actually people putting their USDT back in. That's why we have this red candle here, guys. So I think today and probably over the weekend, we may see this take back what we lost from yesterday. And basically PPI pushed this up. People started selling their crypto and putting it in USDT and holding it. But yeah, we'll see what happens today, though. Maybe we see a little bit more downside on the USDT dominance after the Michigan numbers. Now, it's not altcoin season, but we are still at a 53. We've been stuck here for a while, guys. I'm not sure what's going on or why it's not updating. But it's more inclined to an altcoin season, so this is a good thing. Now, the liquidation heat map, it's actually gone down quite a bit, just under 350 million. Not long ago, it was sitting at like 1 billion, guys. So, It's really come down, so this is good to see. But still, mostly longs are getting wrecked, as you see here. Now, the fear and greed is a 60. It came down a lot yesterday, 15 points, and we get the next update in about 11 hours, guys. The bull market peak indicator, still 0 from 30 have been hit, so there's really nothing to worry about. It's still 100% hold. The best indicator, in my opinion, Pi cycle top indicator. The green line is not curving down, guys, so it's trying to outrun this orange line. So yeah, they do have to cross. I think we'll probably see this start to curve when this market starts to get ready to finish. Now, jumping over to the economic calendar for today, we still have industrial production numbers in about 7 minutes, guys. And then we got the Michigan numbers in less than an hour. So let's see what happens, but that's pretty much it for this week. Now, if we look at S&P dashboard here at Moodix, the sentiment is risk on, and this morning it was actually going sideways, but now this trend is growing after we got this U.S. Empire manufacturing numbers. So that's a good thing. We are starting to grow with the risk on trend once again. Jumping over to FedWatch Tools, it's still a 92.5% chance that we're going to just get a quarter point cut. So yeah, from yesterday, this did flip from talk of about a half point cut, and it was almost about like 6 or 5% or something, talk of a half point cut, whereas we had still about 92 or so percent thinking we were going to get a quarter point cut, but still, you know, we have jumped back to where some people think we're not going to get a cut at all. Now, we'll see. There is still a lot of time, and there's actually still, let's take a look, 33 days until the next FOMC meeting and when Powell needs to make a decision. Now, Trueflation is showing about a little bit more than 2%, and that jumped up yesterday quite a bit. So, yeah, we are over 2% once again, but it's still, in my opinion, that's what they want to see. They want to see 2%, and this is very close. This is close enough, in my opinion. Now, things are looking pretty good today. They were a little bit ugly this morning, though, but yeah, we jumped up after those numbers, like I said, the New York Empire State manufacturing numbers. So it's nice to see. We have green across the board. Now, if you want to stake your coins, guys, like I said, I did a scale video earlier today, but if you want to stake your AERO, just go here, type in AERO, guys, and you will get Aerodrome Finance, and there's 2 deals that it found, so not too much, unfortunately, but this may not be the only place that's for staking. For example, they don't have anything from Bitget here. So anyways, do your homework. Be careful wherever you send your coins, guys. So yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. Check out those deals that I have below. Like I said, it does help me if you use my links. I do get a little bit of commission. It's really pennies, guys. But yeah, it really helps me a lot. It keeps me motivated. It keeps this channel going, guys. And I'm still doing this almost virtually for free for you guys. So anyways, I really appreciate it for those who have subscribed. And guys, I will see you in the next one.